I'm going to tell you a story about this guy right here. This is Silas Shelton. He is speaking in front of a school board in Ohio. This is August of 2023. And basically, Silas Shelton, he's speaking in front of the Little Miami local school district. And he was complaining because his daughter attended a school book fair, one of those Scholastic Book Fairs, and she came across a book that he was very disturbed by. And this guy isn't just a dad, he is the pastor. He's the pastor of Blanchester Community Ministries. It's a church that's affiliated with the Southern Baptist Convention. And basically, the book he was mad about is called Heartstopper. It's a series of graphic novels by the author Alice Oseman, and it was turned into a Netflix series that I have heard is very good. I have not seen it yet. But basically, the book has a couple of gay characters. And I think in the book, two teenage boys meet in class and they develop a relationship, even though they don't look like they would be together in person, but they develop a relationship and it involves hand holding and hugging and at some point kissing, because that's kind of how teenage romance works a lot of times. And so this guy said to the school board, he got sick reading this stuff. I honestly wish I could play you his speech where he's speaking to the school board. But two things. One is he spoke for like 5 minutes. It drags on. And the second is the audio of that school board meeting is so bad that I could play it for you. You would not hear a damn thing. But in his speech, I will tell you what he said. I'm quoting directly. She come home asking me why certain books were in that book fair, which were pertaining to books of gay. Direct quote. I'll share this with you. Here's the transcript. One of them was Heartstopper, which is where a gay boy pressures a straight kid into kissing him. I don't understand why we have this kind of stuff in our libraries, in our book fair. I mean, just a Mayo Clinic discussion on health risk of being gay. I don't know what that means. I'll tell you, I got sick reading that stuff today. He also says we're not allowed to talk about the health risk of kids being gay. What? What is he saying? He also says it isn't a religion matter, it's a health risk. It's mental health. Yet here we are, we're here as a society pushing this drug on these kids, referring to homosexuality. You get the idea. This guy talks for a while. None of it's interesting. But there you go. This guy's very upset about the book. There was a local news channel that also wrote about this thing. And look at what they quoted Silas saying. It's more than foul language, said Silas Shelton, who is the father of a middle school student in the Little Miami School District. There's so much sexual innuendo, especially in Heartstopper. So, are we all on board with where this guy is at? He doesn't like gay people because he thinks telling kids that gay people exist is going to turn them into the gay, and that's a health risk. And also, he doesn't like the sexual innuendo, which I don't really know what sexual innuendo is in that book, but I can't imagine it's that weird. But anyway, he doesn't like the innuendo. He doesn't like the depictions of gay kids coming to grips with the fact that they're gay. He doesn't like any of it. It's all bad. By the way, around the same time he made that speech, he also posted this on Facebook. Breaking 5 reasons Scholastic can't be trusted with your kids. And this isn't even about that book. But he's posting another graphic novel promoted by Scholastic that, again, features gay kids. So this is the dude we are talking about. He very much doesn't want his child to be exposed to the gay cooties. And here's what's really sad about all this. His stupid little protest worked. Not long after he made that speech, check this out from the Cincinnati Enquirer. On Friday, the district announced it would scale back in a compromise. Instead of allowing students to peruse books during the school day, as has been past practice, the fair instead will only be open during 2 nights of parent-teacher conferences to ensure that children have parental supervision when choosing what books to buy. So instead of having 10 days of the Scholastic Book Fair and kids can come out and explore the books and take their time figuring out what they want to read, it's only for 2 nights during parent-teacher conferences. And I don't know about you, but if you've ever been to parent-teacher conferences at a lot of schools, in my district anyway, they tell parents, please don't bring your kids. We want to talk to you without your kids in the room. So I don't even know if kids are allowed to be around in the school district, but okay, congrats. I guess this guy got what he wanted. He got it. He made it harder for kids to look at any of these books. I'll show you something else about this guy. He posted this in 2024. Sorry, not that. He posted this. He's a Trump supporter, and right before the election, my picture is better. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if those are his daughters or his family or what, but he's promoting these people holding up a sign that says, vote felon, Trump 2024. They're very proud of the fact that they support Trump, who is a convicted felon, because yay, Christianity, right? Anyway, I tell you all that to ask you this one simple question. Where do you think I'm going with this? Where do you think the story's going? I'm sure if you saw the headline to whenever I post this video, you already know where I'm going with this, but do you know where I'm going with this? Take a guess. Where is this story going to take a turn? Because right now, this guy's like a dime a dozen. There are plenty of pastors and Christians who have done what he did. Where do you think this is going to go? Is it that he's secretly gay? Is it something else? It's bad. That's your hint. It's very bad. And I will share this with you. This is posted by the police department of Wilmington, Ohio, last week. Are you ready for this? You're not going to like this. City of Wilmington, Ohio, for immediate release, the arrest of Silas H. Shelton. The H, I assume, stands for holy shit, what did this guy do? Let's look at paragraph 1. Shelton is a Warren County resident and serves as a pastor in a local church. Right above that, they arrested him in connection with an ongoing sex offense investigation. Scroll down. Shelton is charged in Clinton County with rape, sexual battery, unlawful sexual conduct with a minor, and gross sexual imposition. And then he was being held in jail, yada, yada, yada. Oh my God. This is another newspaper article about this. Shelton is being held on a $2 million bond in a Clinton County jail. He pleaded not guilty to all charges, according to online court records. For each charge, a county website listed a September 2019 date as to when each violation is alleged to have occurred. What? You mean all of this allegedly started years before he was speaking in front of the school board and telling them, I am very worried about the gay and I'm very worried about sexual innuendo. And yet in 2019, something disturbing happened. What is that disturbing something that happened? Well, thankfully, there is another article that explains exactly what happened. Wilmington police reported that in the fall of 2019, Shelton allegedly began inappropriate sexual contact with the girl who was 14 or 15 at the time. A detective involved in the case stated that the alleged victim and her family, oh, look at that, they were members of Shelton's church, his congregation. Of course they were. The detective leading the investigation said in a probable cause statement that the alleged abuse continued until a few months ago. It's been going on for 6 years. The detective described a complex dynamic suggesting the young woman felt groomed, trapped, and manipulated due to Shelton's position as a religious authority. The detective indicated that the alleged abuse occurred at this guy's home, at Cowan Lake, and in local hotel rooms. Jesus. All of this. So it's not just that this guy's obviously, allegedly, a hypocrite. It's that while he was doing all this stuff, allegedly, He was lecturing the school board so that kids couldn't read wholesome books with gay characters. In case you are wondering, because obviously you are wondering, surely this man is a drag queen. He is not. Is he an immigrant? No, he's not. Is he transgender? No, he is not. Just another cisgender white Republican Christian pastor who has been silent on social media ever since his arrest. Like, I know this is not surprising, but it kind of should be, right? For decades, guys like this stand in the pulpits and they just rail against love. They hide behind the Bible to mask their own bigotry. And the louder they scream about how they need to protect children from the LGBTQ movement, the more certain you can be that their own hands are very unclean. Right? This guy was lecturing the school board about the importance of protecting children while the timeline suggests he was physically assaulting, grooming, manipulating a child who went to his church. Religion did not make this man righteous. It made him a threat. It made him a guy who, according to that victim, made it really hard for her to say no because of the authority he had in her life. Being a pastor gave this man power without accountability. And by the way, I want to make clear that police report only mentions one victim. We don't even know if there are others who haven't spoken out yet. But the thing is, if you are the type of person who attends churches like this, you are probably more likely to believe that consensual, even monogamous, same-sex relationships are harming society while looking up to a pastor who is physically assaulting a child, allegedly. They never seem to understand that the biggest threats are the people in their church. And based on his Facebook posts, this guy has, because I did do a little dive into his Facebook posts, this guy has spent several years now treating everybody who isn't like him as the enemy. And I wonder when people who go to his church are going to realize that they were being manipulated this whole time. So, just wanted to share that with you. We will see where this story goes. Looking forward to hearing the updates. What questions we got here? They admitted they are terrified when they call it terrorism. I mean, they call everything terrorism. They call Democrats going to the No Kings protest terrorists of sorts. So it's all very disturbing stuff. Thank you for that donation. The DSM-5 does not say gay is bad. It says discrimination is bad. Very true. You know what? I didn't put a story up about this for this week, but I saw conservatives very excited because there was some survey that came out that showed the percentage of teenagers or people in general who are transgender has gone down in recent years. And they were celebrating this because they're like, see, it's a social contagion. When you tell people you don't like, when you are not pressured to be trans, fewer people say they're trans. And everyone else I know who is smarter was like, no, maybe they're just going back into the closet for now because people like you are making life very hard for them. And it doesn't occur to conservatives that maybe it's not that fewer people are trans, it's that fewer people want to come out as trans for the same reason fewer people might want to come out as openly LGBTQ or anything right now, because it's not a good environment. It's not a safe environment for them. Thanks, Elizabeth. It's that projection is a hell of a drug. No kidding, man. How many stories have we done about pastors who talk about how they got to protect the kids? And it's always one of their, I mean, most famously, right now we are debating. We want to see whether Trump is on the Epstein client list. Meanwhile, Republicans are defending him all over the place while pretending they're the party that wants to protect children. Like, they don't care if a pedophile is their leader. Every abuser thinks that what they do is allowable. They think abuse is different than what they do, like these people thinking gays are abusive. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. And I think that's the pattern you see with all these people. They always justify their hate against everybody else, and then they always try to cover up their own actions in this regard. It's weird. What was his church? He runs the Blanchester Community Ministries. I honestly don't know if church is in session this weekend, and they don't really have a online presence last time I looked. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen to them. Blanchester Community Ministries is the church. Books of Gay is my most favorite quote now. I swear I tried enhancing the audio and listening to that because I'm like, surely he did not say Books of Gay. That is what he said.